Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm a co-founder of VidSwap.com. I'd like to take you through a quick run-through of everything VidSwap.com has to offer for basketball. To put it simply, you upload your game video, and we break it down with all basketball situations within 12 to 24 hours, but usually by the time you wake up the next day. Think of us as your video assistant. We literally save you hundreds of hours across the entire season, so you can get back to coaching. VidSwap allows you to easily collaborate and share your breakdowns with your entire team across any browser and iOS device. And this is one of my favorite parts, is the mobile access. So every time you go on the road, our iOS app has great offline support. Your analysis can be in the palm of your hand, on the bus, in a plane, in a hotel meeting room, or in the locker room. So let's just do a quick rundown again. We do all of the analysis for you in 12 to 24 hours, but usually by the time you wake up the next day. And out of the box, without any extra work, your breakdowns are all online, allowing you to collaborate with all of your coaches and share with your entire team. And last, the iOS app is absolutely amazing, and its offline features really leave you wondering how you ever did it before without VidSwap.com. So let's take a quick look inside VidSwap.com and how it works. Your videos area here is where you'll upload and manage all of your games, scout games, practices, training videos, or any other videos that you want to be able to edit and share with your entire team. All of the game analysis will be located right in here. Your documents is where you can upload playbooks, scatter reports, practice plans, stat sheets to be able to share with your team. Your highlights is where you can create and manage video presentations that you want to use for film sessions, or just create team and player highlights. Your roster is where you'll give login access to your entire team, so they can analyze video from any PC or iOS device. The help section here is where you can learn how to use many of our great features, or just ask for help. The top right corner and the right side of your dashboard is where you can adjust your account information for login, subscription info, account settings, and buying more game credits. Now let's cover your video area and the main features of the game analysis. So on the right, this is your playlist window where all of your games, scout games, practices, training videos are managed and organized right in here. You'll notice that there's checkboxes next to each game, so you can actually do multi-game analysis. You can also resize each window depending upon who you're in front of, and also minimize these windows to give you a bigger screen for your video. Now in the player window, you've got your playback controls. You've got play, pause, slow motion, fast forward, stepping forward and backwards, and then the bottom row of keys on your keyboard are your keyboard shortcuts. Whenever you come to a coaching moment, pausing the video allows you to draw on screen. Pressing play then automatically removes that. Now the bottom is your timeline editor. And this is really what sets us apart from anybody else out there. Now normally you're going to bypass this timeline and click right into your filter here, because this is where you can start to drill down and dive in, pulling up situation, plays, all those kind of things that you're really going to want to be able to pull up and look at. But let's quickly cover how this timeline works and why it's important. So in this timeline, this is where we're breaking down and editing all of the events that are happening throughout the game. And this gives you more granularity and the ability to pull up individual smaller events, not just entire possession clips. Many of our competitors, you'll see, have possession-based editing. So whenever you pull up shots or rebounds or things like that, you end up pulling up entire possessions. Well, with us, when you pull up individual shots or rebounds or turnovers or inbounds, you actually pull up those individual events because we're tagging all of the events across the entire game, so you can pull up, again, not just entire possessions containing those, but the actual individual events, the shots, the rebounds, turnovers, rebounds, etc. Now, the things that we break down represent each row here. So we're going to be breaking down all the periods or quarters, jump balls, all of the possessions, offense and defensive possessions for each team, all the shots, result of those shots, the player, the inbounds, sideline, baseline, all of the rebounds, result of those rebounds, who had the rebound, player, all the turnovers, and all the fouls. You can click or edit any instance on the timeline here. You have full edit control over anything that we've done for you. You can also add additional tags on top of what we've done if you'd like to add things like set plays, defense, or anything else that's specific to what you might want to be able to do for your team. Now let's go ahead and move on to the filter, because this is where you're going to spend most of your time pulling up plays and really drilling down into situations. So in your filter on the left here, you've got your options that you can choose to select. So for example, I've got a shot, I've got the team selected, and I've got the type of shot that I might want to look at. So now on my list here, I've got all of the three-point shots for this team, all the made and missed three-point shots. And then I can go ahead and start to watch these. And now these events are just those three-point shots. So it's a little bit leading up to the three-point shot, the actual event, and then a little bit after it. So it's not an entire possession, it's the actual event and a little bit around that event containing what happened. We are tagging players on all of the events, so you'll be able to pull filters up based on players. So you can pull up filters for every time a particular player had a shot, attempted a shot, made a shot, rebound, all of those different types of situations. Now tagging those players also adds to our statistics. We create a box score in every game. So right here, we've now got stats that show you a really good look at your team stats across the board as well as individual player stats. When you're ready to create that presentation highlight for a film session or maybe for your players, when you're looking at a filter, you can start to select those plays from the checkboxes here and then simply click Create Highlight to add those to a highlight maybe you've already created or create a brand new one. I'm going to go ahead and add these to the Week 1 highlight. You'll simply repeat that process on any situations that you're looking at to add those to the highlight that you want to maybe use or prepare for later. Now let's talk about your highlights area. Highlights can be used to pull out what you want your team to focus on and then learn more from. And they can then make your film sessions faster and more effective. And once you've added plays to your highlights, you can then manage and edit those from your highlights area. When you selected a highlight, I've got the Week 1 highlight selected here. All the plays are listed down below. And there's a couple things we can now do with these. So in the description column here, this copies over any data that was tagged on these events into this description. So I can now actually click in, I can edit this, change this, update it, add play comments, coach comments, whatever I want to make these more relevant. And then this information shows on top here in this data overlay. I can go to my edit menu to reorder clips, and I can also use my download menu to download individual clips onto my desktop if I want to use those for PowerPoint presentations or other editors. Whenever you pause a video, you can add telestrations that get saved. So by clicking this pen here, you've got your options on the left where you can freehand draw. You can add circles and squares that you can resize and move around however you want to, and also change for the orientation of the court. You can add circles, you can add arrows to demonstrate path of a player. You can add text. And then clicking this check mark right here saves that on that video. So whenever you or your players are looking at this video later, they'll be able to see those extra coaching points. So I've got another illustration saved here. So as I start to watch this now, it's going to get to that spot, pause it automatically, show whatever I wanted to communicate there. I press play to continue on and watch the rest of the clip. Your team has access to all the highlights that you create, and you can also email links to anyone outside of your team. Now let's take a look at our mobile app. It's free in the iOS App Store, available on the iPad and the iPhone. Just go ahead and search for VidSwap. And the best thing about our app is that you can download video and the edits right into the app to use offline. So you can do film sessions anywhere. You can plug your device into a projector or into a TV, or even do AirPlay on an Apple TV. And then again, you can do your film sessions in front of your team wherever you are, whether it's in a hotel meeting room, in a locker room, you're on a bus, you're on an airplane, wherever that might be. So once you're logged into the app, I can click into the videos that I want to take a look at. And next to these playlists, there's an icon. And this icon is what tells me if this video is available to stream or is downloaded on my device. So that cloud icon means that this video is streamable via Wi-Fi. But if I click on it, if I tap it, I can now download this video into my app, so now I can use this offline. Your player controls are located on the sides for easy access with your thumbs, or it can be moved to the bottom to control just with one hand. When the video is paused, you can use your finger to draw on screen. Clicking the filter in the top right corner allows you now to pull up those situations and drill down into different plays. So we can go ahead and take a look at maybe all of this team's three-point shots that they made. I can go back, and now I've got my filter up, and on the top, the scrolling data shows me the information about this play. This is clip 1 of 4, who has the ball, what type of shot it is, what's the result of the shot, who had the shot, and who had the assist. You've also got access to your highlights. So whenever you create highlights, you can pull up your highlights and use those the exact same way in front of your players to do film sessions on your iPad. So in conclusion, that's a really quick look at VidSwap.com for basketball, where we break down your games for you. If you'd like a more in-depth demonstration, please contact us at sales@vidswap.com. And you can always go to VidSwap and sign up for a 14-day trial and get started yourself.